Greetings! So recently there has been a controversial update to Lazer, which made dropping sliderends a cause for breaking combo. As it was thought to be a bug, it was reported on GitHub, but it turns out that it was an intended change. Now this is where tons of people spoke up against it on Twitter, Reddit, various Discord channels and the GitHub page, and allegedly even Peppy's inbox got full of letters protesting the idea. There were like polls made, petitions, people went to the streets chaining themselves to sliders to stop this change. It was crazy, man. So Peppy, seeing the reactions, he responded that the changes to Lazer are not permanent and they are just testing out and trying out stuff, and we should chill down and stick to stable if we have a problem with this. As a disclaimer, I am not trying to incite another drama here. My goal with this video is to give my input on the issue. To do that, we needed to have some context, which was covered at the start of the video. So let's get the obvious out of the way. Breaking combo on missed sliderends is a bad idea. Yeah, shocking, right? It's an idea so outlandish that it triggers code red in most OS players' minds, and since Lazer will eventually replace stable, it is no surprise that the reaction was so intense. Even if Lazer is just a testing ground for Peppy's mad scientist experiments, this is the typical situation where the image macro goes something like, "We were so busy finding out whether we can, that we forgot to ask ourselves whether we should." The only way I can see this feature being a positive addition is if it was a mod, and that's kind of true for any major changes in the game's core mechanics. If you want to shake up the gameplay mechanics with something, there are already plans for that in Lazer. Variable approach rates, circle sizes, literally any macOS feature, basically anything as long as it doesn't disrupt core mechanics. Except for Notluck, nobody would miss that. Lazer is a public testing client which will replace the main stable client eventually. Any fundamental change that will be assumed to be serious plans for the future, hence the heavy reaction from the community. Even if these changes are in constant flux, people are afraid that some of the bad changes will eventually make it when Lazer replaces the current stable client. This fact has to be taken into consideration if we want to avoid community meltdowns like this in the future. Like, there is so much that could prevent this. Make the change toggleable, like if it was a new mod. Consult the players whether even starting to work on a change like this is worth the time, as the resources are admittedly limited. Something similar to old school RuneScape, where at the start there were a major lack of developers for the game, so every update had to be essential and something the community absolutely wanted. Of course Peppy can do whatever he wants with his game, but we can also voice our opinions however we want to, so that's not really a valid deflection of criticism. The most frustrating thing about this is that all sides want the best for the game, but there is such a disconnect that we cannot achieve anything, and it will end up becoming a circus show on social media and such. You know, it's like a clockwork. The community overreacts, Peppy condescendingly mishandles the issue, and everyone hates each other. It's really disheartening. So anyway, what do you guys think? Do you have any concerns regarding future changes? Do you think there is a better system the game could use? Leave your comments down below. Oh, and sources are in the description.